Good evening, everyone. We're going to be starting in a few minutes. I'm Malcolm Renee, President and CEO of Houston Metropolitan. I'd like to welcome everyone to our 75th annual meeting. And I'm just going to go over a couple housekeeping items before I hand it over to our chairman. Just a couple quick items. First of all, a full copy of the annual meeting is available to everyone on our website. And if you go to our website, it's under the annual meeting tab. You can download a copy. Also available on that page is our question section where you can click and ask any questions regarding the annual meeting. We will not be answering questions during the annual meeting, but we will answer all questions immediately following the meeting, and your questions are important to us. Also, all motions and seconds will be conducted by members that are physically present at the meeting today. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to our chairman, Eric Dargan.
Good evening. My name is Eric Dargan, and I'm the chairman of the Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union. I'd like to say thank you all for joining us for this virtual meeting. Obviously, a year ago, we had a chance to meet in person, and not knowing what our country and the world would be going through, we've had to adapt to this new world, and we're making the very best of it. So I appreciate everyone for logging in to join us for this annual meeting. At this time, we're going to ascertain a quorum. Madam Secretary, Ms. Gina Gooseby Harris.
Yes, a quorum has been formed.
Thank you, ma'am. Quorum has been formed. We will continue to move on with this annual meeting. First thing, I would like to ask for an invocation by our Vice Chair, Mr. Rod Newman.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to arrive safely at this destination so that we can conduct the business of the Houston Metropolitan Employee Federal Credit Union. Lord, take care of all of us during this COVID. So many of us have already passed, and so many more probably will yet pass. But we know you have all power, and we know that you will take care of those that need to be taken care of. And Lord, continue to look over us as Houstonians after this winter storm. Continue to provide and to bring security and power to those that do not have power, and water, dear Lord. Continue to bless everyone within your purview. We ask these blessings in your name. Amen.
At this time, we're going to introduce our board of directors and our supervisory committee. As far as our board of directors, myself, my name again, I'm Eric Dargan. I'm the board chair. We have our vice chair, Mr. Roderick Newman, our secretary, Ms. Gina Gooseby Harris, our treasurer, Ms. Linda Williams Hall, our director, Victor Ayers, director, Patsy Jackson, and director, Deborah Pruitt. For our supervisory committee, we have Mr. Sheldon Holder, chair, committee member, Tamika Hardison, committee member, Norma Meadows, and committee member, Rosalinda Salazar. Next item on the agenda is the minutes from the previous meeting. At this time, I'm going to ask for a motion of dispensing the reading of the minutes for the previous meeting. If you take note of the poll that you see on your screen, once we reach a certain percent, we will accept the motion to dispense the reading of the previous minutes. Okay, at this time, we have received over 50% to dispense the reading of the previous meeting. Thank you very much for your vote. At this time, everyone, please direct your attention to the 2020 Chairman's Report. Welcome to the 75th Annual Meeting of Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union. I want to thank you for joining us, and I commend you for taking an active interest in our one member, one vote structure and philosophy. As you will see in the annual report, Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union performed quite well considering pandemic factors during 2020. Some of the highlights that report includes, in 2020, our assets grew considerably, which is one of the primary indicators of how well our members are receiving the products and services we offer. Our current assets are $71,039,942.19, an increase over 2019 of 17.8%. Membership at Houston Metropolitan now stands at 14,787. I'm also pleased to announce that Houston Metropolitan continues to be a well-capitalized financial institution with a strong net worth ratio of 11.09%. To put that in perspective, a net worth position above 7% is considered well capitalized by our regulators. In total, our 14,787 members have added more than $8 million to their savings account. When we see people putting money away for the future, we hope our efforts to enhance the financial literacy of our members have contributed to this increase. You, the member owners of this institution, have borrowed more than $19.5 million, which added 5,448 new loans in the 2020 fiscal year and reflects some optimism in our economy and trust in your credit union. We thank you for that. Favorable interest rates motivated many of you to buy new vehicles. In fiscal year 2020, Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union wrote 485 auto loans worth more than $13.8 million. Outstanding. As a financial cooperative, we also understand we can have even a greater impact by actively engaging in our local community at large. Houston Metropolitan has always been committed to being a strong corporate partner by being involved with various community initiatives. So this year, it gives me great pride to announce that Houston Metropolitan was awarded the Pinnacle Award for Public Relations and Community Involvement by the Cornerstone Credit Union League. This award recognizes the top credit unions who give back to their communities through outreach programs, good deals, volunteering, and goodwill. I'd like to pause now to recognize my fellow board members for their dedication to this credit union. United in leadership, we are responsible for ensuring your credit union has a capable, qualified, and transparent management team. And I can say without hesitation that we do. The strength of this board's commitment to the highest standards of governance and management is integral to the Houston Metropolitan's well-being, sustainability, and prosperity, all supported by our supervisory committee. I'd like to express my deepest confidence in our leadership of Malcolm Renee, the wisdom and guidance of our esteemed board of directors, the commitment of our dedicated staff, and the support and loyalty of our member owners. We look optimistically into the future because, as this last year has shown, Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union is well positioned to face any challenge and seize any opportunity that presents itself in 2021. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you and your families the very best in 2021. You've heard the chairman's report. I ask that you look at your screen and vote for the acceptance of the chairman's report. At this time, the poll has been collected and the acceptance of the chairman's report has been received. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is the treasurer's report.
Good evening, and thank you for attending Houston Metropolitan's 75th Annual Meeting. I am your treasurer, Linda Williams Hall. Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union received an examination by the National Credit Union Association during 2020 and a supervisory audit by Credit Union Resources, Inc. I am pleased to announce both the audit and examination showed us to be exemplary and confirmed that this is an extremely sound financial institution with policies and procedures that fully comply with both federal and state regulation. Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union is always striving to enhance the services and technology of the credit union to better serve our members. As we look ahead to 2021, our credit union will continue to focus on financial strength and serving our membership with revolutionary service as its foundation. Thank you.
At this time, the floor is open for the acceptance of the treasury report. And once again, a poll should appear on your screen for you to vote for the acceptance of the treasurer's report. The poll has been collected and the acceptance for the treasurer's report has concluded. Thank you very much. Next up is the supervisory committee report.
Good evening and welcome to the Houston Metropolitan 75th Annual Meeting. I am Sheldon Holder, Chairman of the Supervisory Committee, and I will present you with our Supervisory Committee report. The Supervisory Committee has the responsibility of overseeing the internal and external audit of your credit union to ensure compliance with governance laws, policies, and procedures established by the Board of Directors. As the member representative, the committee has the responsibility to evaluate the safety and soundness of the overall operation of your credit union, including its board, management, and staff, to ensure that all internal control, policies, and procedures adhere to the governance of the National Credit Union Administration, NCUA. Based on the audit results, the committee is satisfied that adequate internal control exists to protect our members' account and that the financial statement accurately reflect the positive performance and condition of the credit union. We look forward to 2021 being a great year for our credit union, thanks to our board of directors for their dedication and service to the credit union, and to the employees who provide our members great service with a smile. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our supervisory committee report. At this time, the floor is open for the acceptance of the supervisory committee report. And again, on your screen, the ballot to vote for the acceptance of the supervisory committee report. Thank you very much. The tally has been completed and the acceptance of the supervisory committee report has been received. At this time, we're going to hear some words from our esteemed President, CEO, Mr. Malcolm Renee.
Good evening. I'm Malcolm Renee, Chief Executive Officer and President of Houston Metropolitan. I'd like to welcome all of you to our 75th annual meeting. Thank you for making it a priority to join us and for your active interest in the credit union. Every person in America and every financial institution has had to face the challenges of COVID-19. Houston Metropolitan is no different. Your health and safety and the health and safety of our staff are important to us. So in 2020, we enacted certain protocols to minimize exposure, especially for our high-risk staff members and members alike, while ensuring you have access to your money and our full array of services whenever you need them. Some of the additional precautions we implemented during 2020 included social distancing at all of our branch locations. The wearing of facial masks was made mandatory for staff members and members alike for any and all in-person transactions and meetings. We also enacted split staffing, providing much needed physical and mental rest for our staff members. And at all branch offices, we increased environmental cleaning with special attention to frequently touched surfaces such as doorknobs, countertops, keyboards, and banking equipment. Early into the pandemic, we also implemented a COVID-19 update center on our company website, keeping you informed all things related to the pandemic, like our COVID assistant loan program, loan deferment programs, branch opening and closing schedules. Lastly, we implemented an online appointment system, which was established to minimize member contact and wait times in our lobbies. As this pandemic rages on, we also keep in our thoughts and prayers anyone who has been impacted by the virus, either directly or indirectly. We also deeply appreciate all medical personnel, those that work in retail, delivery drivers, and other essential workers who continue to go to work every day. Thank you for all that you're doing during this global crisis. As we navigate the challenges of 2021, we promise that Houston Metropolitan will continue to grow responsibly while listening and responding to your needs. As member owners, you are important to our creating family, and we're sincerely grateful that you've chosen Houston Metropolitan as your financial partner. We wish you a healthy and prosperous 2021.
Thank you very much. You just heard from our our president and CEO, Malcolm Renee. Next up is the nominating committee report. Every year, the board has election of various board members that are term has expired for the servant of the directorship for the Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union. The nominating committee this year consists of Ms. Janet Askew, chairperson, as well as employee at the credit union, Ms. Tamika Hardison, committee member representing the supervisory committee, and Ms. Deborah Pruitt, committee member representing the board. The positions for the 2021 board of director nominees are three people who were actually up for election: myself, Eric Dargan, Rod Newman, and Patsy Jackson. We have only three positions open, and there were only three nominees put forward by the nominating committee. Thus, the nominees are elected to fill the positions by acclamation. At this time, I want to say thank you to all the board members, specifically these three, including myself. Thank you very much for your service, and we appreciate having you all on the board for another 3 years. At this time, are there any questions from our board that's present? Hearing none, the floor is open for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and second that we adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for attending the 2021 annual meeting for the Houston Metropolitan Federal Credit Union, our 75th annual meeting. Thank you.